Hello. How you guys doing? All right. So tonight, hopefully, hopefully I'll get some better level generation stuff working. Hey, how you doing? Bridgewater. What's for this week? Yesterday I thought it was Monday. Today I thought it was Tuesday. Wait, I forgot that it was Tuesday. Is there anything special about Wednesday that I'm not remembering? Not that I'm aware of. I don't know. It's the 5th tomorrow. Are there holidays on the 5th? I spelled it right? Oh. Holidays for December 5th. I mean, no big ones anyway. World Soil Day. That's the thing you're into. Bathtub Party Day? That sounds like fun. Yeah. How you doing? How you doing? Still a little disorganized, I think. I'll start. So, yeah, I've been wanting to rewrite the level generation. Oh, that looks pretty funny. The level generation stuff for quite a while now. It's really amusing. So I figured I can do that tonight. It was the 5th last month. What was that? My holiday's on the 5th of November. Am I just an idiot and don't remember the holiday on the 5th of November? Dinner is soon, so yeah, no worries. Moral strength. I was thinking, the day when you can parrot. What? What? All right. Irreplaceable Employees Day. I don't fit into that one yet. But anyway. Yeah. So this entire generate column thing, I need to, I think, rewrite from the ground up. I think. Finally sorted out the SQL generation issues that I created mid last month. Nice. Yeah, I don't like working with SQL. I avoid it if I can, but I can't always avoid it. It's Plot Night. Plot Night? Never heard of that one. All right, so countdown. So it's been like at least a month since I've looked at this code. This specific block of code anyway. Actually, no. This is like the first thing I worked on. I think, right back with Undo that. Back with the proof of concept, wasn't it? Dylan, how you doing? Welcome. RNG map thing? Yeah, it was this guy. Where's the RNG map base on? Is there a generate column in here? Yes, there is. Generate column. Yeah, so this is like copy pasted from. Oh boy. Okay. So yeah, I haven't touched this code in forever. I'm doing all right. Doing all right. Can't complain too much. Can't complain too much. Remember the 5th of November. Oh, okay. All right. Well. I also just ordered a pile of dead NES mainboards in the hopes of usable salvage. All right, nice, nice. Yeah, I have my dead NES somewhere. I don't know what happened to it though, because it's over there. It's over there. I was moving some things around on my desk. Stay nourished and hydrated. Well, that's what this is. And I have my bag of bagels over here too. I went out and got some more of them yesterday because they ran out. These are actually the French toast ones again, the maple French toast ones, because I really like these. Bagels, they're so good. But yeah, so I was moving a bunch of crap around. So like the board that I usually have over here is now over there because I moved it to put something else over here instead. So I went and ordered a basically a really fancy power strip, but it has like switches for everything. Like, I don't know if you can hear that. Kind of, but it's got switches for all the things. So I put like my lights on the switches. So if I turn one of them off, so I don't have to get up and like hit a power strip over there or whatever, or mess with the light. I can just hit a switch on my desk. I have a mostly live NES still in pieces, in sight right now. Oh, nice. That's next level. About the power switch thing, I paid a lot for it, mainly because it's like a rack mount thing that I wasn't really planning on putting on my desk, but it came with like little feet, so I put it on my desk. Yeah, I like the clicky noise. Yeah, it lights up and everything too. Like when something's turned on, that switch lights up. Yeah. I'll drop it in what I bought in Discord later if someone reminds me. But all right, so that's all like direct copy pasta of this right here. Okay, so what do I want to make this do? Alright, so when we generate a column, PowerShip has one switch. Everything else is done via RS-232. You know, I was looking for something with a physical switch on the front of it. The idea was like to have a smaller rack like next to my desk, which I still might do eventually if I ever get around to completely redoing my my streaming setup. I will have a server rack with like at least like 2 machines on it, at least, and a bunch of other miscellaneous things like that. But we'll see. We'll see. Oh, so, let's see. Column. That's not how you spell column. That's how you spell column. So for this, we want to get an RNG value. Then, depending on things, basically like a switch on RNG. Yeah. Okay, like case sometimes. Draw obstacle, right? Case other times. Don't draw ground. The pit. R232 was then connected to a 16-port Ethernet serial multiplexer, and then there's a VPN so I can control the family. Nice, nice. Going next level with that. I like it. I like it a lot. Actually, no. So there's going to be a countdown, right? So that's so it doesn't generate too many obstacles at a time, right? So are we ready to draw an obstacle? If not, RTS. Yes, case other times draw I can't pronounce that word. I know what you mean, but I can't pronounce it to save my life. So I'm not gonna try anymore. No file name, because of course there isn't. Right to. How do you spell pseudocode? Thing.txt. Right. So how often do we want this to happen? Like 1 in what, 4 maybe? Okay, so 1 in 4 ish. Yeah. PSEUDO. Did I got it close enough. 1 in 4 ish. You know what? I might actually simplify this too, by having more than one like type of obstacle, right? So before over here, like there's like different patterns that these can be in, right? So what if I took like a few columns and made that a pattern, for instance? Like that obviously would not be one of them because I can't jump over that. But let's see if it gives me one of them. Actually, I don't think it will. But every once in a while, it'll put 2 together, right? Like 2 columns right after each other. Like I could make that a pattern, right? Or I can make that not necessarily. Maybe not a pattern. Maybe like obstacle A and obstacle B, where obstacle A is 1 wide and obstacle B is 2 wide, right? Where? What's the obstacle? Jojo, how you doing? Where? Oh, I do. Obstacle. I need to like keep pronouncing it weird like that just so I can remember to spell it right. Yeah, then after all that, reset. Count down to next obstacle. Waiting for the semester to end. When does it end? The end of December? I haven't been in school for a while, so I don't remember what any of that stuff is. The 14th. All right, it's 10 days. That's not too far away. That's Nesticle. Trip down memory lane. I don't think I've ever used that emulator. Let me look it up real quick. I don't think. Later. Like, no, go away. Maybe later. Okay, what's your email address? No. Oh, man. Okay, so that's it. Yeah, I don't think I've ever used Nesticle. I have not. I have not. Wow. Reminds me of oh shoot, that Super Nintendo emulator that kind of looks like this. I forget what it's called though. Yeah, shut up, Wikipedia. I don't want to give you money. Pretty much. The obstacle OBS as an obscure and tackle as in tackle a brick wall. Yeah. After I turn this assignment tonight/tomorrow, I'm basically done though. Okay. I just had to finish the assignment. Yeah. Might have been ZSNES. I think it was. Yeah. Welcome, Doulahan. How you doing? ZSNES. Yeah, it was that one. That's the one I was thinking of right there. Yeah. Alright, so I've got like 1 and 4, right? Do I want to make like a sub, like draw obstacle A, draw obstacle B? Or... My doorbell just went off. I didn't order anything. Give me a second. Okay. I'm back. That was my landlord. Yeah. Apparently he got another outrageous water bill. He was like, you're not like finding any leaking pipes or anything like that, right? I'm like, no, nothing's leaking. I think I would have noticed, but you know. Anyway, what was I doing? Yeah, obstacle A or obstacle B. And then like case 2 and 4. Just draw ground. Yeah, I don't. Well, I'm not sure he knows I streams, honestly. But, yeah. I don't know. That would always like feels awkward when it's like someone I know IRL knows that I stream. I don't know. I mean, my friends know. Some of my IRL friends have actually been in chat a few times. But other than them, it I don't know. It always feels a little awkward, I think. I can stalk you without you knowing. Yeah. So is this like really all it boils down to? What I'm trying to do? I think it is. Yeah, well, technically that is all social media. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, so I think this is like all that's really what I'm trying to do. Oh, if not, no, this is gonna be RTS. This is gonna be draw ground, because we want there to be something there when it's not like time to generate anything. There it is. Okay, so what do we got here? Top two dogs gotta be Aragorn. All right, huh? Compare Y to 2. Oh, okay. So that's if it's the top or bottom. Oh, something else I'm going to do. I'm gonna have obstacles defined in columns. So if I go down to the bottom here, somewhere. Here we go. Meta obstacle. That's its full meta tile, right? It defines the individual tiles with it. So here, instead of like having, well, I will have the meta tiles, but I also want like a meta columns, right? So like one of them would be actually, would that? No. Game meta column. Nothing. So just ground, right? Let's make that 0, 0. So that's normal running space, right? Okay, column. Obstacle A. So this is the single meta column obstacle. That's 0, 1. G, MC. Thank you for the follow, appreciate it. Obstacle B. It's going to be 0, 0, 2. Actually. So I want a definition of these columns, right? Like what the actual meta tiles in that column are going to be. So that's what I was thinking before. My brain is a little scrambled tonight. I apologize. And then pit. Okay. 0, 3. Meta columns. Dot byte. No, these can be dot work. Dot word. They're gonna be something. Hang on. Meta column. Thank you. Meta column. Nothing. Byte of sky. So that's gonna. GMC. Wait. 0, 0. So this is going to be indexes to this table right here. And then another 0, 0. And then a 0, 1. And then a 0, 1. Right? Yep. Meta column OBSA is going to be 2. No, that's not a 2. That's not a 2 either. That's a 2. 2, 2, 1, 1. Obstacle B is incidentally going to be the same thing. Just we're going to do that for now. So I could change the actual meta tile later on. Like the actual tiles later on, rather. And then we also want the pit. All right. Thank you. How you doing, by the way? Zach Jones? I'm just gonna call you Jones. Zach Jones! Oh, hi, I'm... Alright. Hi, I'm Zach Jones. Hello, Zach Jones. How you doing? Yeah, it's harder to read without capitalization in there. Not gonna lie. Yeah, because there's no capitalization in there. If you capitalized H and the second I, and then the Z, and then the J, like... like that, I'd be able to read that, like, first try. It's my AIM name from, like, 2002. Nice. Hey, my name goes back quite a while, too. High school time, sometime, I don't know when. About that. AIM didn't do caps. Yeah, well, Twitch does. Alright, so the pit is going to be different. The pit is going to be sky, and then sky, and then sky, and sky. Spikes? I don't know. Which language is this? Yes, this is 6502 Assembly. Yes. For the NES. For the Nintendo Entertainment System. So what I'm working on now is some better level generation for the maps. So what I'm working on is a... I'm gonna die there. Oh, see, there's the double wide I was talking about before. So what I'm working on is an infinite runner thing. So you can see the map being generated down here. Oops. There we go. I really need to get rid of that obstacle. Still a question. Do you do high jump? Let the wars ensue. Yeah, right. But no, so yeah, this is all, again, with that stupid obstacle. Yeah, so this is all 6502 assembly from scratch. So I'm not using any libraries. I'm not using any special tools for anything. That's not entirely true. I'm using special tools to get things in certain formats, like the graphics need to be in a certain format, or else the NES doesn't know what to do with it, right? I'm not using any tools to help me specifically make games for the NES, if that makes any sense. I'm not using like any game maker type stuff. So I am doing everything from scratch. I am doing all the art from scratch. I'll probably be doing some of that tonight. Well, I might be doing some of that tonight. I don't know. Let's see, where's this guy here? I did not draw that. I did not draw the cat, by the way. That is not mine. Mr. Bankster, how you doing? Welcome. Let's see, runner. This one. There we go. Yeah, so I did all the art for this here. But I need to do a lot more art, as you can see. Do I have a cat? I do not. I do not. Project is going good. Project is making progress. It's making progress. I still need a lot of polish and touch up for a lot of things. I'm working on one of those tonight, which is the map generation specifically. I'm kind of like making it up as I go, I'll admit. Thought about it a little bit, but I didn't like write anything down like I should have. So this is gonna be fun, right? But jeez. So I want to get rid of like that specific obstacle there, for instance. So yeah, I'm working on the map generation stuff. Yeah. So spending the last 10% doing 9% of the work, something like that. Thank you for the follow, appreciate it. Yeah, so what was I doing here? What columns are going on? All right, it's gonna be words of those. Word of that call. Nothing. And then OBS A, and then B, and then pit. Okay. So that's the lookup table for that. These are IDs. Yeah. Is this like raw assembly, or does it get compiled down to machine code? Or so assembly is one step away from machine code. It's very, very close, but it is not an exact representation. For instance, let's see, where's a good example here? This instruction right here, LDA. That means load something into register A, right? It'll in my editor it'll always start with the letters L, D, and A, right? But there's things that come after it that aren't always the same. Addressing modes. So I can just straight up load an address, or I can load a constant, right? Or I can load an address at an offset or something. So LDA can be one of like 8-ish things. Yeah, so LDA can be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh wow, I was right. It can be one of 8 different codes to the processor. But if it's you know, an LDA, it's going to be one of those 8 bytes, right? It's not going to be like some weird structure thing that, you know, it's compiled into or whatever. So it's very close to the metal, like very, very close, but it's like one step away. So it's not quite there, but it's as close as I want to get right now anyway. Yeah, no thank you. No thank you. And I don't think x86 has an LDA. It's all move statements, you know, from one register to another register, and then, I don't know, EAX, EBX, or something like that. It's very ugly compared to what you're writing. Yeah, so decompiled things are a mess. Only because, like, you don't know variable names. Like, if I just remove the variable names from this, it becomes unbelievably unreadable. Let's do that real quick. So this is my editor right here, right? I've loaded in all kinds of variable names here. So JSR, jump to something, you know, but that's like a variable name. There's a real value there. There's actually what part of the code am I? Okay, so this is update player right here, right? So let's go down. Can I? Oh, I can. Update player. So that's this block of code right here, right? And as you can see, it's you know, at no jump. These are code, but just display on left. All right, there it goes. So that's the actual binary for everything here, right? And decompiled into everything else. But if I didn't like jump through some hoops to get these labels, you'd just see like a number there, pretty much, right? I see it looks more like what I'm used to. Yeah. Do you think we'll have 128-bit machines? I mean, my GPU is 128 bits, so sure. Except I just get addresses. Yeah, so that's the symbols. So the symbols are, yeah, the processor itself doesn't know what a variable is. It doesn't know what labels really are. All it understands are values and addresses, essentially. Labels are just something we assign to an address. So if I, let's say, come over here and I'm just gonna grab this guy from here, copy him, bring it up to over there. I'm moving it so it doesn't like see the symbol file, right? And I double click this, right? No. I said no. Okay, let's try this again. Let's see. Oh, it did. Why did it actually? Okay, we're gonna hang on. I'm determined now. What? Oh, that's the wrong drive. That's why. Okay, so this is a different emulator here. Jump to 8,000. Okay, so this is a lot less readable, right? That's because like JSR to C775. That's what the CPU sees, right? Now to me, like I know what. Well, I don't here, but in my code anyway, I don't have a JSR to C775. I have a JSR to a label name. And this one would be One of these guys. I think it's like this one here, player score 3. Or no, attribute table 1. Clear attribute table 1. Alright, so that's the last in row of 5, right? Yeah. So for me, when I'm writing the code, I write out clear attribute table 1. But the CPU sees JSR to address C775, right? Yeah, so like none of the symbols are actually loaded here. But I forget where I was going with all this, but I hope that answered the question. I apologize if I'm a bit more rambly than usual. Get rid of that one, because I need the dev one, because I don't think they've made a release since that patch. 128-bit machines will be useful for really big calculating machines that do math with large numbers or small number with lots of decimal places. Yeah, that's why the GPU is 128. Yeah, that makes sense. A search of x86 LDA returns a Stack Overflow post of first option called Assembly Commands LEA LDS LES. Yeah, have fun with that. The problem is if more bits are sent for each instruction, the time slows down a little. Since not a ton of things need 120 bits on the CPU level, that slows down too much. Yeah, exactly. It's too much like overhead for it, pretty much. I'm trying to learn reverse engineering, but I don't know if assembly to make sense of all of it. So funny you say. The reason I am writing NES games is to learn how NES games are constructed, so I can then go reverse engineer other NES games. And the game I'm using for that is, where is it? This one right here. I'm using this game as my test bed. Hang on. That is not happening. I'm using this game as my test bed for, like, figuring things out, and reverse engineering things. And I've actually gotten... Here's Barbie! Yeah. I've actually started to figure out some bits of it, right? Because just by sheer coincidence... I'm using the exact same mapper that this guy's using. So this guy's using mapper number 1, and that's the exact same one I'm using, right? So I was able to easily find the bank switch code. So over here in mine, runner. Go to the setup. So if you have a look at this, load of value, store of value, shift, load of store value, shift, store shift, store shift, store shift. The value is loaded, but it like bits it with something. Store shift, store shift, store shift, store shift, store. Oh look, that's the same thing there. Huh? I wonder what that is. Oh look, I guess it's bank switch stuff. So that one is specifically to see something or other. Which do I have that one? I don't know if I have that one. I don't have that one specifically, but yeah. What's this one? Address to FFF. I don't think I'm using FFF for that, but for the PRG bank swap. Yeah, but you get the idea. I would learn more assembly, but the setup is too hard for me to do it. Modern languages make starting so much easier. Yeah. So it is a little bit to get like a Hello World up and running with a NES. But I mean, once you get the boilerplate skeleton thing down, I think it's a little bit easier. Yeah, but I don't find it all that difficult. It's difficult to read, don't get me wrong, and difficult to understand sometimes, especially if like I don't make enough notes on things, like I'm hitting now with like what my generate column function did. I don't know. I have to relearn this tonight. Millennial programming language is taking over. Let's go back to assembly. I mean, I'm too lazy to work through the initial. All right. I mean, okay. All right. It's the cost of entry, I guess. No. I was just really determined because I want to. I really want to break that Barbie game. So I'll get to it. What a millennial programming language. Lolcats. That programming language. Lol code. Like this one. So where's some example code? Yeah, here's some example code. just stop. Why? I was debating writing a chat bot for Twitch in this, but I decided against it because that's learning two different things at the same time. Writing a chat bot for Twitch and learning lol code. So I didn't want to learn both of those at the same time. Burn it all. Go, Rust, Electron, or JavaScript. I hate Electron. I haven't tried Rust, but I really like Go, like a lot. In fact, one of my tools is written in Go. If I can find it. In there somewhere. I was working on it the other night. This one right here. There it goes. It does some overcomplicated stuff with the symbols files, so I can get it into this emulator and my other emulator. Because Intercal is a far better language for such things. Exactly. See, you got it. I'm too lazy to do cause of entry for assembly, but I can learn Dwarf Fortress. I still haven't learned Dwarf Fortress. That's one of the things I want to learn, too. I just haven't gotten around to sitting down and, like, powering through it for 2 hours. Like, I find this easier. I find 6502 assembly easier than learning Dwarf Fortress. I mean, that's just me. I mean, it differs. Your miles may vary, but yeah, for me. All right, so this needs to go back down to the bottom, ish. And then generate column. Come on. That one. There it goes. Alright, so I need to get rid of, like, most of this crap, I think. Imagine if you try and write the microprogram for a Lisp machine. Oh, thank you. But yeah, the 6502 I think is very is easy. The harder part, honestly, is going like, okay, how do I want to set up this data structure, or how do I want to accomplish this thing without my modern data structures and program control. For instance, assembly doesn't have a switch statement. Higher level languages do. I have to implement that like myself. With the header stuff. So I was having a little bit of trouble with the header stuff as well, until I found something to do it for me, pretty much. That is the only code that is not mine, actually, in this entire project. Is a macro for my assembler. Let's see, where was it? NES header 2. So this file right here is the only file that I did not write myself. I got it off of the NES wiki, the NES dev wiki, and this sets up the iNES header for me. So all I have to throw at it is this right here. I did include the header, and then just define things, and it does everything else for me. So that's the only bit that, like, I haven't touched. I don't want to understand it all, but the docs are not that great at all. Oh, for NES header stuff, I mean, they're. I mean, I understood them well enough, I think. I hate using stuff I don't understand. Part of the reason I like Go is HTTP stuff more than the C# ones. Yeah, so with C#, there's a lot of, like, especially like ASP.NET or all that garbage. There's a lot of black box things that I absolutely hate, and abstractions for the sake of abstractions, which I don't particularly like. But yeah, I did, so I did get what you're saying. And I might not. I said I might not. The one on the NES ROM that I wrote involved a hard-coded header in terms of defined byte operations. Yeah, I don't like stuff that hides a lot either. Write a web server in these 3 simple lines, and the simple lines are like library functions, like library.configure and then library.start or whatever, you know? It's like, but I want more than that. Well, Cork would love abstracting everything just because it could be expanded later. Yeah, so with my current job, like, they didn't do any of that at all, and now it's coming back to bite us. So now it's a little painful reworking stuff to be correct, like the reworking stuff to be done the correct way. Yeah, it hurts a little bit. It hurts going through a little bit. But yeah, interface. What's that? Yeah. Yeah. Alright, so what did my old code actually do? Generate column, and there's a loop. Okay. You can start a whole database or something in like 6 lines of JavaScript after downloading 6 megabytes of libraries. Yeah, and no JS, yeah. I'm starting on the better refactoring the SQL generation at work again for the umpteenth time. Yeah. Okay, so this is like actually going through and writing everything for the column meta tile by meta tile. I'm not sure I want to do it that way. So compare y if its carry is set. So if it's greater than or equal to 2. Yeah, if it's greater than or equal to 2, so there's already 2 tiles on generated. It goes directly to ground. Okay, so that's what makes it always draw the ground. Is that right there? All right. Let's countdown. Then it does the countdown to see if it's time yet to do an obstacle. If not, we reduce the countdown and draw some sky. Otherwise, obstacle 0. We load up the RNG, or do the RNG, get the result. Bit to carry. Decide if we want an obstacle. And then we redo the obstacle countdown. I didn't realize I had the same file over here. Obstacle countdown. And then we draw the obstacle. So next. So this one's obstacle, this one's sky. This one's ground. Yeah. There's something like 4 different generations of database access approaches to the current code base. It's only ever had 2 maintainers, and the other one was single digits worth of commits. It's my mess, but I still need to clean it up. Yeah. So that horrible past version of yourself shot in the foot. Shot you in the foot? Not. Well, for him maybe. For me, not necessarily yet. I mean, probably, but I haven't felt it yet. Could be bleeding out, but I don't know yet. Okay. So I'm gonna break this out a little bit. So what I'm gonna do here is instead I'm gonna GC generate nothing. Fill the buffer with no obstacles. GC generate OBSA. Actually I want to fill the buffer. I want to buffer no obstacles. I'll bet you when you leave the project for a couple months and there's a bug, right? It's not actually a shot in the foot scenario. It's more of a when was the last time I cleaned clean the kitchen scenario. Okay, yeah. Speaking of which, I think I need to clean my kitchen and do some dishes. But that's besides the point. Offer a single column of obstacles. And B. Oh, I hit 1,000 rows, I think. Cause yeah, look at that, hit 1,000 rows. I had a bug. I was like, "Who wrote this?" it was me when I was first learning C#. Whoops. Yeah. There's been more than one occasion where I've been like, "Oh, this chunk of code is terrible. Whoever wrote this was an idiot, right? I'm gonna find out who wrote this and write a nasty email." And then I like get blame, and I'm like, "Oh, it was me. Oh no." More than one occasion. More than one occasion. Oops. Buffer 2. Complex obstacles. I never said I was not an idiot. Yeah. Smart idiot, but idiot all the same. Yeah. I used to be an idiot. Still am, but I used to too. Used to be too. That's a adapted joke of oh shoot, what was his name? I forget the comedian. He's dead now. He OD'd on something in like his prime. Oh, it's gonna bug me now. Did I write that? I don't trust it. Oh, me every single day. Alright, and this one's gonna be pit. Single column of air. No ground. Okay, so each of these will generate one or two, in some cases, right here, 2 columns of an obstacle, right? So this would be, let's see, column better. That's not the buffer, is it? What is the buffer named? Because I'm pretty sure I have I have it stored in memory twice. Once as meta columns, and then once as buffered tiles to be written to the screen, to the PPU. Ever since becoming a programmer, I've lost the ability to believe that, that any program any human wrote isn't having a bug of some sort. Absolutely. Absolutely. There's bugs in everything. If someone says there are no bugs, they're lying to you or selling something. Right, so I got meta columns and a tile column buffer. Okay, when is this filled? Tile column buffer. Load column. Okay, so generate, load, and then draw. Right? That's what that is then, right? Load column. Oh wait, that... Okay, so load column happens after generate column there. Okay. Yeah, but yeah, so I am storing this in RAM twice. One is the meta columns, which is the full map, the full 32 columns, I think. And then the tile column buffer is just one buffer of tiles. Oh boy. How am I gonna do 2 of them with that? So which one is it? Obstacle B might be a little tricky, because the tile column buffer is only for a single meta column. not 2 meta columns. So I might have to have a flag to say, hey, are we still drawing things? I'll cross that bridge when I come to it, I think. Yeah. Life is pain, princess. Anyone who says otherwise is selling something. The dread pirate Roberts. Yeah. As you wish. My dear Wesley, what have I done? She rolls down the mountain after him. Make it a null flag so it can be yes, no, and maybe. Alright, so generate nothing is going to be drops to go. How do I determine all that? Okay, so now, so this is going to be load up. Whoa, load up. Where are you? G, MC, nothing. Actually, we'll put that in Y. Or X? Yeah, let's put that in X. It occurs to me that I know how to design a NES cart that can map a chunk of RAM into CPU space or PPU space at the flip of a bit. Can you say fast name table update? Oh, that'd be nice. So yeah, basically a frame buffer. That'd be nice. That'd be real nice. Being able to draw the entire frame outside of PPU address space and then flipping it in during NMI. Oh, that'd be nice. I'd like that. I would like that a lot. Holy crap! King Chub, how you doing? Good evening. Hello. Thank you for the 1,000 bits there. Welcome. Welcome. Yeah, why is my phone going off? Why is my... Oh. Again, it's just now notifying me of my mobile dashboard. Thank you, Twitch. I've only been live for an hour. Oh. What was I going to use this for again? Metacolumns? Yes, metacolumns, because I need to... Alright, for draw column. Or, no. Load column, actually. Captain Jeb, hello, good evening, how you doing? For this, I need to load... Or... the that's going to allow for a full bitmapped screen. Oh, jeez. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. Well, could you though? Because the CPU doesn't really work on pixels. It works on tiles. So I'm not sure that that would actually work. Would it? I don't think so. Let's see. Load up the meta column index. And then for each, no, for 1 to 4, load meta column meta tile. That's a mouthful. The TRS-80 had a tiny basic with 3 error codes. What? How? And sorry. What? Syntax errors. How? Math errors. Sorry. Out of memory errors. Really? That's hilarious. I take a bit of doing, but it works on chunks of 8 pixels at a time. Really? Because because you'd need to actively swap out memory during the frame, wouldn't you? Because you would need to track where like the draw was, and like have essentially one name table for each draw, or for like sections of the screen. Right? Am I thinking about that right? And then actively switch, do bank switching during the frame, on the mapper level. Yeah. So then, to the PPU, you're still using the same tiles, right? You're only using like 128 tiles for the background. It only sees that, but it doesn't know, I guess. It doesn't care that you're switching out name tables during the draw. Yeah. You might have some issue with timing on that, actually. 256 by 240 pixels. Yes. Yes, it is. Yeah. You might have some trouble with timing that, though, because, what was it? So there's this one guy that reverse engineered some NES stuff to get Super Nintendo things working on Nintendo. And it was just some stupid things he did. Let's see if I can find that real quick. Did I find that? Oh, look at that. Yeah, it's reverse emulation where he does some really wonky stuff with the PPU and whatnot. Hello, how you doing? I've been all right. How you been? Exernum. But yeah, so this is actually a really interesting video. It's like a half an hour long, but he goes into like, you know, latency for reads in the PPU and all that. Apparently, what he was working with, the Raspberry Pi was too slow, and the Arduino was almost too slow. So that's stuff right here. Delays and whatnot. I mean, I'm not saying it's not possible. This guy obviously got something like that working. There's artifacts everywhere. You can see the weird artifacts. So, yeah. And basically, the PPU is looking at like it goes through a cycle of here, give me an address. It asks the cartridge for a memory address of pixels, and then the cartridge sends that back. This guy was like, you know what? We don't have enough time for that. So the first time that the PPU asks for something, we're gonna make that the start of the frame, and then we're gonna ignore all the other reads and just time it perfectly to just throw data at the PPU that it thinks it wants. It's interesting to see where you've come from. Russians say cycles. Russians say cycles. We say loops. It depends. It depends on the context, I think. But no. So this guy, I think he shows it at some point. Where is it? Maybe. Goodness gracious. Yeah. So he's doing some really weird things with the hardware. It's a great watch, by the way, if you've got 20 minutes to burn. I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm saying it's difficult to do what you're thinking, Bridgewater. All right, load medical motor tile, and then from there. For hell, another 1 to 4. There's 4 on the keyboard. Goodness. Load tile for meta tile. Ah, jeez. Alright, so we got the index here. That's the metacolumn index. That's metacolumn. Do you see nothing? So that will get me this guy right here. Actually, no, I want to. It's the first one, so I don't need to like load it into A and do the shift and all that crap. but I'm tempted to do that anyway, just so I can copy paste it and like have it easy to read. I won't write yet though. Load A, well, because I don't like actually need to do any of that. 32 tiles across, so 8 tiles hide to run about the pattern tables. But if you can raster effect it, you can get another 8 by smacking the pattern table controller, the pattern table bank switch. Yeah, something like that. Meta columns. Actually, I don't need the lookup table. I don't need the meta columns lookup table. Because all of these I already know what it's going to be. So it's only going to be one thing. So I can load up meta column nothing. Store that into temp adder. Do that. Temp adder plus 1. Plus P. Plus 1. And then I can just jump to GC. Load column. Load meta column. Yeah. So all these are just gonna like do the same thing essentially, aren't they? GC load meta column. Do that 3 times, you have a fully bitmap screen. Now do that with bank switch CHR RAM, and without needing CPU support for it, you have a fully bitmapped display. I mean, sure. Have fun with that one though. Alright, well, let's copy that. Paste it there. Metacom OBS A. To do. Oops. No RTS there. This is pit. Like that. Okay. So this load meta column is going to... What's it going to do? It's going to look at these meta tiles and essentially do... this bit right here. And then load column. I've also started to delve more into lower level program because of you. Oh, nice. I just learned Word looks at 16 bits, right? Word, yes. In the context here, it is 16 bits, correct. That is not true across all architectures. Thank you for the follow, appreciate it. But for me, on this architecture, yes, that is correct. Load meta column, so that's going to be load up. Oh, load Y at 0, right? No. Jeez, I can't think straight here. What's the architecture on this one? This one is 6502 6502. And what was 6502? Okay, next random thought. Does the PPU access pattern cover enough addresses fast enough to support DRAM PPU memory? What? I'm not sure of that one. Because I still have some 30-pin sims. Even the 256 ones would be impressive. I don't know. I'm not sure about that one. Alright, so... Load to increment column address. Where's this set? Meta columns. Oh no! So that is okay. Okay. All right. So that is shoot. The actual meta column ID or meta tile ID. Okay. So that means I need to grab the meta column and that stuff and dump that into the thing. Got it. Okay, so this is going to be load up .0 and Y. Load up temp address at Y, right? Oh, oh no, oh no. What are the addressing was STA? Absolute X and Y. Okay. This guy, however, is not absolute. Shoot. Make the meta tiles bigger and the logo while you're at it. Oh. Okay, so meta column address, that's the current address of the column that we're writing to. That's not the start of everything. This is a pointer. This is a pointer right here. Oops, wrong one. I want SP to do that. And I realize you can't see this window, so meta column address. That's in the 0 page somewhere, right? Yeah. Start address of the meta columns of the current meta column. Meta tile address. Is this used anywhere? It is. In load column, okay. Okay, meta tile ID. Is this used anywhere? It is not. Let's comment that out. Over here. Okay, so that wasn't used at all. Meta tile ID, so we're just gonna get rid of that. Column. How do I want to do this? So load meta column, then load meta tile, I guess. I've like completely blanked out. Jeez. I'm gonna have a bagel in the meantime. Maybe it's because I haven't eaten in a while. I haven't eaten since lunch. That's not gonna blame it on anyway, even if it isn't it. Yeah. Maybe I'll do the art stuff earlier. I mean, I could. And this is what I was working on before. This is you know, try one of getting like a cityscape kind of background going. Do I have? Oh, actually, set up correctly the grid. Alright, I do. It's just dumb sometimes. Alright. But yeah, this is I was trying to do earlier. Well, not earlier, but you know, off stream I started this one right here. Now, problem is I need to make all these tiles and everything. So I actually did get on the program. What's it called? I haven't like figured out how to use it yet. There we go. I got this. I don't know how to use it yet. But it's a program where you it's like a tile editor program for tile-based graphics or whatever. I haven't figured this one out yet. I might figure that out later on stream, but we'll see. We'll see. Econ. Yeah. I'm not planning on having that randomly generated, no. I'm planning on just drawing that once, but making it so it repeats nicely. I mean, if I get that working nice, if I get everything working nicely, I might like throw in some RNG stuff in the background there, but I don't know. I need to get everything else working first. Like this. Ah, bag is falling apart. I swear to God, EDM is so good for hacking or something. I actually really like EDM. When I was ready, I had to turn it off. Yeah, I actually really like a lot of techno genres. They're really loud, like I don't know, not necessarily dance music, but trance, acid trance. Sometimes loud and obnoxious stuff. I'll let you know with anything though. Wait, well, wait, no. Hold my account. This is just taking it from how to call them, whatever, to the where is it? How to columns buffer. That's all this is doing right here, right? What is that? The part of our brain that helps us apply the thing we've learned. What? Oh, stimulated by bumping music. Okay. I'll take your word for it. Oh, so the problem here is I need 2 pointers. Essentially. Let it Y. Store that at. X. But X can only be 0 there. Alright, so that means this is 0. Ah, shoot. I still have to... compare that to 4. Branch not equal to loop. Increment Y, but I cannot increment X because that's not how that one works. I have to increment meta columns instead. 128. BSS non-zero page RAM. So that's at the very beginning. That doesn't cross a page, does it? Right? Right, that never crosses a page. So that doesn't go to 400 down here. Just stays in there, so I don't have to worry about rollover. That comes address, right? ADR. Tile address? No. Hang on, what was it again? Meta column matter. Alright, and X always needs to be 0. I need that for here. Increment, load. Okay, so this should put a meta tile into a meta column of 4 meta tiles into the buffer, the meta column buffer. Transfer load column, map column. Map column. Right. Okay, so I don't actually ever need to do this whole, like, add carry thing with 0. Like, that doesn't actually need to be done, because it never crosses a page, so I never have to worry about that. Yeah. Let's see if this assembles. No, that's called yet, but I want to make sure my syntax is correct. And it is not. Meta column adder is not right. What? Map column adder. Okay. I fetched more water. We're back. Oral in the Mage, thank you for the bid. Appreciate it. How you doing tonight? Alright, so I think that'll do what I wanted to do. I don't know though. What do I call them? Alright, then after that, I want to... I just want to jump actually to load column. I don't want RTS. I just want to jump to load column. Or no. No. I do... Wait. JSSR. Because I do need to do roll over back to the beginning of the meta column stuff. 31 meta column set. These are set. Okay, so no. We're not hard coding that number. Instead, we are doing something I should have done a while ago. Meta column, store that into map column adder, and then doing +1. Okay. Yeah. Otherwise, this is just going to be... Do I really need to do that? Does load column change the meta column offset? Meta columns. Load meta... That's never reset, is it? Address, total address. Meta tile address. I don't want that one. I want the... What up, meta columns at X? So this expects meta columns to be the beginning of that. Wait, what is loaded into X? Hang on. Oh! Oh, it doesn't read that pointer. It uses a different pointer entirely. Okay. So I don't think I need to worry about that. Oops. No. I mean, I think. Draw obstacle. Okay, so this, I should be able to. Oh, not that one. Jump next. No, I need to jump done. But JSR to. Which one is this again? Obstacle. GC underscore generate OBS. GC underscore generate OBS A. Okay, so that should generate an obstacle, and will it? Does it actually load it into? It does. It does load it into the column, so I don't need to do any of that. Jump to end, not done. JSR GC generate nothing. You know what? Hang on. Let me undo. Come on. All this here. Instead, we're just gonna do that. Generate column. Okay. Load up. OBS. Countdown. Branch not equal to branch equal to do RNG thing. Otherwise, we are going to jump actually to GC generate nothing, and that's the end of that. So it's going to go in there, load up the meta column address, load up something, load up, well, nothing really, but it'll draw those tiles. Eventually it'll do that, and it'll bump that. Okay, so I think I'm okay, maybe. Do RNG thing. And the RNG was, what was the RNG? Nope. Oh, I need to actually decrement OBS. Count down. Like that. This one is going to be JSR PRNG. RNG results. Okay. Actually, I think I want the result plus one, don't I? RNG. Can't say bits. Shift the register. Yeah, this will work fine. I mean, that shouldn't matter too much. Where's all the counter.code that I just had? Down, actually. It's a bunch down. There it is. Jump to Pringles. I like that. I like that. But no, that's the pseudo RNG generation program. Well, not program, but routine. So this is something I mostly copy pasted, but I didn't copy paste. I did retype it and all that, just so I could understand what it was doing. Even if I didn't like fully understand it, I knew, you know, how it kind of worked. But yeah, it's a pseudo RNG with a feedback register or feedback loop. Your program is bad unless it has true randomness. We kind of can't get true randomness on a NES. You can try, but you can't get true randomness. You know, it's just there's nothing that exists on the NES. And to be honest, I don't necessarily want true randomness because I am giving a level seed, right? And I want to be able to regenerate the same level given the same seed. I don't think I'd be able to do that same thing with true randomness. You wouldn't be able to save a level with just 4 or 2 bytes. Like reverse bias transistor with gate lead cutoff? Sure. I know what some of those words are. Just use the Ethernet adapter to look at the image of lava lamps. Right? I have seen that video, by the way. It's yeah. Alright, LSRA. No, this is gonna be like a 1 and 4, right? If there's any noise and add carry, it true random. True random data, right? No, we're gonna and that with right? Yeah. So we can go 0 to 3. Can someone explain what a transistor thing is and the purpose of it? It's a thing that does things for electronics. It's about as good of an explanation I can do. It's a bit like a gate, I think, right? Can I spell? I don't think I can spell. I can spell. Look at that. Let's see. Yeah, transistor has a switch. So it's basically like a switch given its inputs. It's a rock we taught to think. I mean, sure. Yeah. Transistors, yay. To think. Okay, so we have a number from 0 to 3. And now we can use that as an index to things, can't we? So let's actually use that as an index to some stuff down here. Actually, columns. Is this used anywhere? No. Metacolumn. Subs. So GC Jeff, what was that again? GC low on GC generate. No. Generate. Nothing. Ops A and B, and then pit. Oops. Okay. How do you even get lava lamps these days? What's the production? What's with the production of 100-watt light bulbs? So they're out of fashion. What with the production of 100-watt light bulbs? They're out of fashion. Yeah. John wrote an article using randomness to make shrubs look even. What? I ended up finding out that what he didn't want was randomness, but a seed-like thing. Yeah. I'm saying a transistor is a binary switch for circuitry, more or less. I mean, as far as I'm concerned. Way back when we had a head honcho at the phone company gave their R&D division a target: make a switch with no moving parts. The result was a transistor. There you go. All the ones on Amazon sucked. They probably don't use 100-watt lamps. That's why. Alright, we can end it, and then we're gonna LSR that once because it's an index to this new table. GC. No. Meta. Column. Subs. At X. Store that at something. Where are we storing that at? We're not. We're doing an RTS trick. Where did I do that before? Background stuff? It's been so long. Not title. Shoot, was that? I don't think anyone really understands quantum computing. Yeah, I certainly don't. I mean, I get the idea of it, I think. But aside from that, it's just black magic to me. It wasn't Pong, it was background stuff. States, no. Players Pong, no table, no. Put down lookup. Background ASM? No. Would it even store bits to store the information? Qubits, I think they're called. Yeah. They aren't strictly on and off. They're like a range of things they could be or something stupid. I mean, how are you going to do continuous integration probably without 100-watt light bulbs powering your lava lamps for build failure versus success? Countdown lookup? No, that's not it, right? That ain't it. Shoot, where was that RTS trick? Cause I know it's gonna be on here, but I don't remember where I actually used it. Yeah, qubits gonna be a bunch of stuff, but need to be collapsed into a bit. I'm only repeating what I saw in a video. Yeah, so I'm not, like I said, I'm not entirely sure what all that stuff is on a lower level there. Where's the programming reference? No, I'm in the hardware reference, so I don't have the programming guide. RTS trick, there it is. With the dispatcher. +1. Okay, so I do that one. I do it backwards. Subs +1 and PHA. Oop. Load meta. Why is it doing that now? Buff type is set, that's why. There we go. If you're not actually working on quantum computing, all you need to know is that they operate on the FM principle. They're freaking magic. Here you go. The magic principle. Exactly. The effing magic principle. Okay, so it does an RNG thing and goes somewhere. But this will have more obstacles than nothing. Let's try it. Screw it. We'll just, if we need to, we can like double the size of this, and mix up things. But we might not need to, so you know, whatever. We'll see. Does this actually like function for anything? Nope. Meta column subs undefined. Oh, because subs is not capitalized when I'm going to capitalize. Okay, there it goes. Load column undefined. What? What? Excuse me. Oh, because it capitalization. So I wonder if this, like, how badly things will break, because I think, like, everything will break, honestly. So many problems to resolve. It's disheartening to see how decentralized access to healthcare information is. You know, if we're in the States, it's just an absolute disaster. Okay, it broke. Cool. Doctors, I'll do this guessing game based on the little information. I mean, you're not entirely wrong, but let's retry that. Generate column. Game stage. Generate column. Okay, so we're gonna break right there. I'm not looking forward to when I have to do my own healthcare stuff. Yeah, it's no fun. I'll tell you that right now. What do I want? I want this open, because sure. I'll put that over here, though, because that's not too important. I do want this open to see if it actually puts any... Oh, I'll leave that down there. Puts anything in here. So it should start with that right there. Not information because your ailment can be basically anything based on different factors. If you can't record that information, doctors can only guess. Well, that's educated guesses, but, you know. Okay. Load up the countdown. It is... Oh. No, that's correct, actually. That's correct. Talking about one. Generate nothing. Okay, let's generate nothing. Let's put... yeah. Tab Badger. Okay, what is this address? 8538. Is that correct? I don't know. Actually, it's right down. 8 5 3 8 is over here. All right. Where am I? Type address, medical. Wait, I'm loading up the wrong address, aren't I? No, I'm not. No, because that's not a function address. That's data address. That's correct. You're living in exciting yet. So close yet so far away, yeah. I would rather live now when all this cool stuff is coming about than in the future when it is normal. Feel sorry for future generations. I'm not sure I entirely agree on that one. Because it's not like, you know, oh, we figured out all the things. There's nothing more to figure out now. That's not ever gonna happen, I don't think. We thought we had everything mostly figured out at the beginning of last century, right? Everyone thought that they figured out matter, essentially, right? The atom. They figured that they hammered out, like, okay, we think we know what an atom actually is, right? This element or whatever. There's just some minor things we need to iron out, but it's probably like a constant somewhere in an equation or whatever, right? Then Albert Einstein came along and is like, so what happens if we break an atom apart? What happens then? And then they discovered an entire new field of science, quantum mechanics. So it just opened the floodgates to, like, oh, here's a new field. We thought we were all done. I guess not. So yeah, I don't think we will ever be done learning about things. I'm still waiting for my hoverboards from Back to the Future. Gimme. Was it? Roughly 1900-ish, give or take. I mean, I'm being very vague with dates because I don't know the specifics. Then when machine learning is solidified, 3 branches spawn off that. Yeah, basically. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, it's more of like, the more knowledge you gain, the more you understand you don't know. Like right now, we may not know the right questions to even ask to get the answers we want, because we wouldn't know to ask those questions. If that makes any sense. Dunning-Kruger. Should I know that name? Alright, so load meta column. Okay. Load up some zeros. I hope I wasn't using temp-x for anything. Well, load up temp. Let me get rid of the code column thing right there. Meta column, nothing. 0. Yep. Let's count down orange result. That title index, get rid of that. Map column address. The address. Value, please. 300. Okay. Einstein's miracle year was awesome. 4 major papers, each redefining a different chunk of physics. Right? The field of psychology, the Dunning-Kruger effect is a cognitive bias in which people of low ability have the illusory superiority and mistakenly assess their cognitive ability as greater than it is. Yeah. When you believe you know it all, it is the opposite. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. Which is one of the reasons why I'm like, okay, I will never know everything, but I can try, you know? Like, I will never have a complete understanding of everything. But I could focus on a certain field, right? So that mentality of I will never know everything, I think is a good one to have. Does that make any sense? I don't know. 0, okay, that's gonna be another 0. Wait. Yes. 0. Now it's a 1. 1. 1. Okay, so now it should have 2, or it should have. Good. That is correct. Surprising. You have moments of I'm a genius. Then you have moments of I don't know anything. Yeah. That's not all the not all of Dunning-Kruger. The flip side is that people who actually are skilled are also more aware of how much they don't know. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yeah. So the more you learn, the more you are aware of how much you don't know. Yeah. Okay, so it shouldn't go on. It should not loop anymore because it is 4, right? Right. Then it goes in the load column. And this should all work the same as it did before. So that's going to be in the tile column. So it's going to fill this guy right here. With a bunch of stuff. With some 80s, some 90s, or, yeah, 80, 90, 81, 91. And then A0, B0, A1, B1. It's going to fill with a bunch of those. In theory. That's this line right here. Do I have two of these open? I do. Can you believe do you believe that we can find answers for the future by delving into the past great minds and their methods? I mean, sure. I mean, maybe not like the specifics of it, of a thing we're trying to look at, but I mean, it's always good to have different perspectives and methods of trying things, or different methodologies of thinking. Yeah. Just looking good so far. 80, 90, 81, 91. And B. A. B. Okay. So that worked. Metacolumn offset. I never incremented metacolumn offset, did I? I never did that. I think I need to reset the here, don't I? I think so. Where else is it being written to? Load it up. Load it up. Load it up. Load. 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 Store. I see in the init. Increment. Load. 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 Store. Okay, so that happens in the meta index when scroll. Okay. I mean, all right. How a person came upon a question to ask. I don't know what I'm hating more right now. My internet connection or not being able to watch a 720p 60 stream without dropouts. Word browser for managing to drop my text input and treating it as an instruction to click. Oh no! I'm sorry, Bridgewater. More PPU name table plus attribute table for being 1024 bytes in total. Far too much to rewrite during it. So you do it like every other frame then, right? Just 30 frames a second instead of 60. Thank you for the follow, appreciate it. Right, so I need to reassemble this because I never did the thing. That. Then redo that, and then that button. And I already break. I had a breakpoint that moved. Let's try that again. There we go. Stuff we take for granted, yeah. Generate nothing. Loading meta column works. Why did I make us? Wait. Wait. Did it actually? Okay. Oh no! I don't want to touch metacolumn offset in here. At all. That's handled other places, I guess. The future generation will have like 100+ years of computational history to catch up on. It's like an inflation of learning. Let's hope, anyway. Let's hope that's the case. For future generations. Let's hope. Yeah. Because nothing's to say, like, information will be lost between now and then. Because it could be. More abstractions! You know, Griffith and I on dial-up, but at the same time, I miss my files. Yeah. More! Load that. Okay. I'm actually going to bring this over here as well. I don't actually need to look at that one. Let's bring this one up and put that up there. Okay, so this chunk is metacolumns, and... oh no. This chunk is metacolumns, and this right here, that line, is the buffer. Graduates must be 30 years old instead of 22. Okay, so let's make that a little skinnier. That. Can I move some of this stuff over? There we go. We've lost what used to be normal even 15, 20 years ago. Yeah. Then they will make a cybernetic enhancement where you can learn information from computers directly into the brain. I know Kung Fu. Right? But it's like the, back in, what was it, ancient Greece? Or Rome or something? When, like, the Great Library burnt down? The Library of, Alexandria or something like that? Right? I think? Yeah. No, every freaking... I say no every time. Egypt. But yeah, didn't this one, like, burn down? Yeah. It burnt down. So all that knowledge that was in that library is just gone now, right? So it's we have better protections against that today, but nothing's perfect. And we could very well lose information. You know, that yeah. I don't know. I'm still a little scatterbrained, but savior of man? Sure, why not? If we lose information, we're pretty so, like, I don't know. It's a bit of a interesting topic, I think, because that dips into the talk of censorship. Because censorship is essentially blocking access to information. I mean, I'm privileged enough to be in a place that doesn't heavily censor yet. But I mean, you know, the Great Firewall of China exists, and you can't get to some information from, you know, from over there. Eric spills the code on the master branch. The people escaping the world won't change. I remember seeing an image where it showed people looking at phones, reading, knitting instead of going outside. Not exact transition. Fahrenheit 451. I haven't seen that or read that yet. So. Actually, we'll do an energy thing. Take them on the countdown. Generate nothing. I think I wanted to step over that. Oh, it's a jump, not JSR, that's why. Now people are playing games, watching porn. They have movie. Just read the book. I'll get to it eventually. I haven't admittedly read many books. Like the only books I've read since high school have been part of the Expanse series, and I have like 7 of them. But they are the only books I've actually read cover to cover since high school, since I've been forced to read something. Those are amazing books, by the way. Space opera type of sci-fi stuff going on. What to call them? I think this part works, right? 0, 0, 1, 1. Then JSR load column, gonna jump over that, and it loads that right. Load up meta column offset, compared to something. No reset, RTS, draw column. Let me undo that breakpoint. 0, 0, 1, 1. Four, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And this is number 10. The sooner I have the space and internet to stream knitting stuff, the better. Stream knitting stuff? I like Ghost in the Shell anime. I never read the books as a kid. I had anime and games. Yeah, the Ghost in the Shell is an amazing series of movies and even show. Yeah, especially the original movie is amazing. I love it. I feel like medieval Lord of the Rings type books. Try the Wheel of Time books. Definitely my favorite series. The warning: each book is 8 to 1,000 pages, and there are 13, I think. Jeez. Freaking doorstop. So hang on. I have them like over here. Give me a second. So these are just 2 books out of the series of 7. There's an eighth one coming here soon, I think. I hope. How long is this one? 532. What's this one? Probably about the same. $538. I was close. Yeah. Yeah. I'm not sure where I was going with that, but there you have it. Best representation for dystopian future. Yeah, so I really like the aesthetic of the Ghost in the Shell stuff. I can knit. I can also purl. I have a collection of knitting machines in the attic. Nice. All right, so now it should not do the RNG. No, it should go to the RNG thing. Does the PRNG, ends with that, get 1, which is an obstacle, right? If you listen to the dialogue, it's standalone complex. Oh. The problem with Florida is it's too hot to wear the stuff I want to knit. To wear the stuff I want to knit. Well, it's not just because of that. It's that is not the cause of it. I guarantee you that is not the cause of it. The cause of it is more the work culture, and just the general culture in Japan. Yes, it's the culture. It is not the escapism with VR and 2D waifus. It isn't that. That is I would say that's more of a after effect from the culture than anything, than a cause of anything. Oh, in the Ghost in the Shell story, I don't know about that. Because Ghost in the Shell is more of like what is it to be real? You know? Draw a thing. Generate nothing. Okay, didn't generate anything. Alright. Wait, it should be grabbing nothing. Why is it 5A 3B isn't anything. What? That's not part of any of that. Where did it get that value? Oh dear. Alright. We talked about the political, economic, social landscape at the time. I was probably see there's the philosophy, but it delves way deeper. Yeah. 01. A5 3B 91. Like, where did it get this information? At Y. Temp address. What is temp address? A5 C4. Let's go over here, and then search. What was it again? A5C4. What? It's reading code. It's reading code as. Ah, dear. Yeah, the various Ghost in the Shell shows and movies are not all about the exact same thing. But yeah, the first movie was more about individualism versus collectivism and organizational longevity. Lots of big words there. Yeah, and what it is to be you, essentially. Yeah. By the way, the live action movie of that, didn't like it. Didn't like it at all. Didn't like it. Oh, I hated it. I hated it. So, they got the visual aesthetics, like, spot on. The acting, like, I don't care about the whitewashing or whatever. I honestly don't. But the acting was god-awful. It's just bad. And then, from what I remember of the story, that was garbage, too. Yeah, live-action adaptations of shows are almost never good. I haven't seen a good one, put it that way. I haven't seen a good one. All shell, no ghost. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. I mean, you know, props to the special effects team and the like the visual direction people, whatever the official name for that is, because they did a fantastic job. Like, it looks really, really pretty. It looks really, really nice. But that's like all it's got going for it. I felt they didn't do enough of the original film. Apparently they mixed in some plot lines of the later movies, which ruined it. Yes, it just felt like a mess to me, and it wasn't, like, that solid of a story, and it didn't make much sense what they did with it. Yeah, they underestimated the intelligence of the audience. Let's take away. Yeah, I really hate shows that do that, which is why I love shows like Westworld. That just, you know, that play into that, right? They play into the, oh, you'll never guess, and then, oh, shit, I never did guess. Altered, I haven't finished that one. I have started watching that one. I haven't finished it, though. I've liked it so far. Again, really good aesthetic. I don't remember much of the story, though. So... yeah, I remember a little bit of it, but not enough to. Yeah, it's been a few months since I've actually seen any of that. So, all right, so I need to reset this because it's broken. And my goal is to not break things, and I already broke it. Oh, because I didn't turn on the breakpoint. That's why. Because I knew it was broken. I just At least I don't. It didn't look like the Attack on Titan live action. I've only seen a couple clips to know to stay far away. I have not seen that. I don't think I will, honestly. The show, the anime show for that one was all right. It started to get, I think, a little overhyped towards the end of it, but it was still a decent show. I still enjoyed watching it. The live action though, I don't think I'm gonna. I can't even be. Yeah, I would not pay for that. If someone else paid for me, like, to go see it, I don't think I would see it. Because I think it'd just be a waste of time. Cyberpunk. What? Oh, there's a new game coming out. I think it's called Cyberpunk. Cyberpunk is a genre. So I mean, if I just like search Cyberpunk game. Oh, you mean this one here? The Cyberpunk 2077? This guy? Oh, I think I've heard of this one. I do have save search on, right? Strict. Gimme! Yeah, I remember that art for it. Yeah, this aesthetic, by the way, I love this aesthetic. CD Projekt Red. There you go. Am I allowed to show this online? Here, I'm scrolling through the website. Oh, yeah. This game. What? Yeah, I don't want that banner again. Go away. We use cookies. Yeah, I know. I figured you did. But... no. Yeah, so... yeah. The whole dystopian thing. The game does have nudity, but I don't think it's in any of the promotional material. Yeah. Alright, so starts. Okay. Oh, I should have done the 3, 4. Where's my other screen? This guy. I'm gonna bring this guy. Put it. I need to put him somewhere. Over there. What would I call him? Yeah. Oh, because I had the breakpoint in there. That's why. That's why I keep saying this. What is this? It doesn't have anything to do with RTG Cyberpunk 2.0.2.0. I doubt it. Yeah, well, so if you ever looked into the climate over in China, what they're doing with the social credit and all that, is very dystopian-esque. I don't want any electronics in my body, but I'll definitely sign up for AR glasses. No. Okay, so what I want. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. So now it'll start to break. Generate column. Countdown equal. We are equal, so we need to do the RNG. Okay. Load the result. And with that, we get 1. Shift that. The wrong direction. What function was that again? I don't remember what function that was. Oh, sorry. ASL. Alright. Shift left 1 bit. Right, so that's multiplying by 2. They're good in bad societies. Over there, you have no worry about drug abuse and crime to the same as America. Over there, you can pretty much do anything on the interwebs. Where is over there? Because if you mean China, no. Absolutely not. No. No, you can't do pretty much anything on the interwebs. No, if it aligns with the political culture, sure. If it doesn't, though, no. Over here, and to a certain degree, yes. And to a certain degree. Alright, so I did that. So redo that. And then I actually don't want to break there. I want to break up here somewhere. In the init code. Wait frame check collide. No. Game frame. No. Analyze status bar. Draw whole map. That's where I want to break. Right there. Start game. Okay. That one, no, actually I don't need this one because that's like somewhere else. Bring this back over here. My family and China are extremely happy. Well, good for them. I wish we did have some Chinese, Korean, Japanese architecture over here. It looks, yeah, that, by the way, yeah, so the, like the Chinese or any of the Asian cultures, the Chinese or the Korean or the Japanese cultures, I find absolutely fascinating. The whole like dynasty thing and all that, it fascinates me. It really does. Like we don't have any of that crap over here in the States. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yes, they are. Well, do they consider themselves? Yeah, South Asian, if anything, I think. Alright, so generate column. So this one's gonna break. Probably. RNG, yep. ASL. Okay, so it did that correctly. So now it loads the correct meta column sub. And it generates an obstacle. Or it should have generated an obstacle, but it didn't. It didn't. It did. Why didn't it? Why didn't it actually? It should be 2, 2, 1, 0, or 1, 1. So that should be 2, that should be 2. These are correct, but there's one Imperial Palace in the US? Really? Really? Chinese, Korean, Japanese are East Asian, yeah. Russians are Asian too, technically, yeah. Well, doesn't Russia have like a dozen or so ethnicities? Okay, so that's already broken for some reason. It's in Hawaii. Okay, so I guess that could make a little bit more sense. Oh, I did it again. Okay, generate column. Countdown 0. I never reset the countdown. I should probably do that. But, I mean, whatever. Whatever. So A at 2. Where we going? Generate obstacle A. Do I do something stupid where I don't, like, change something? Obstacle A, meta columns, obstacle A. So that should be the address of this. Okay. 8538. Put all these. Search, go to 8538. What? No. No, that should be 853C. Did it break? It's game over already. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. It's game over already. How was it game over if it didn't finish generating the map? Yeah, but China's landscape is ever changing. Our landscape's largely been the same since we were children. Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna hit start and then start again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There. Well, I'm actually gonna drop a breakpoint there, undo these breakpoints. Okay. RNG thing, yep. 1 is 2 now. Okay. Load up 3C. Oh. I know why. It's one of these again. It's one of those again. Right? Yep. That was it. Who needs a floor, right? China's catching up to the modern standard or whatever. It means I could have to the I think I have the Midwest US too. So clearly something's broken. I already know that what is it? This is broken because I don't reset the countdown. But let's reset that to 6 every time for now. Okay. Oh. Please invade Appalachia thing from a while back? What? I don't think I'm familiar with that. Okay, where's the check collide stuff? game frame. Guys, pause, no start. He's not paused. Paused, fade thing. Okay, not paused, okay. Chaser update player. Oh wait, no, load up. 0. I don't want to collide with anything. Right now I just want the map to keep on going. Alright, so this turns off player collisions. So in theory this should just no. Okay, so when it doesn't draw a floor, that isn't like it clearing it, it's just, it's not setting something there. Otherwise it'd be clearing the floor a bunch. It's on 0, so that's gonna be nothing. Okay. Is 3. 6. Offset 6, right. Generate pit. Okay. Load up for 8547. That one? Nope, not that one, the other one. 8547. Gotta call him pit. Bunch of zeros. Okay. 0. What are we at? Map column address. What? We're at 300. We're at the beginning again. Okay. Zero, 0, 0, and 0. Okay. So here's our load column. Well, I gotta finish this assignment. Have a good stream. Alright, you have a good night. Thanks for stopping by. About Vim, what color scheme? Oh, that color scheme. That's the theme command, right there. No, it is not a custom one. No. Yeah, no worries. Okay, so what is Sky again? Sky is 80, 90, 8191. Okay. Don't need that one yet. Don't need that one either, really. Okay. So this should be loading these guys right here. Which looks like it is, but it should be loading it for all of them. All. Looks like it is. 8191. Okay. I used Emacs for a bit and I like it. Alright, well, more power to you. I don't use Emacs, but reset, okay. TS, wait frame. Wait, wasn't there like a something to trigger to say, hey, we need to actually load this into why? Column ready. That. Give that pause column ready. Give minimize column ready. Oh. No change to palettes. Status. Sprites. NOI pointer. Oh, I didn't actually turn that stuff back on there. Okay. Bit column ready. It is draw column. Okay. Get rid of that one. Cool. We're working on a project. All right, no worries. Thanks for stopping by. The please invade Appalachia thing was a response to, I think it was invading Iraq or something. Basically, you're supposedly getting all these benefits, bringing all these benefits to them. We could do some of that over here in the U.S. All right, yeah. All right, obstacle A. Two, one, one. There's the wait frame. Okay, so now it's too infrequent. So that happens. So we're gonna do just something pretty dumb. Whoops. The education gap is growing ever larger. Yeah. I'll just agree on that one. Actually, let's not put that in there. Let's do a bunch of that. Okay. Come on, reload, thank you. Start. Of course, because that's somewhere else now. Yeah, America First is more like corporations first. That's essentially what it is. Oh, what? Okay, let's try that again. Or no, not there. There. I shouldn't be getting game over because, oh, I know what happened. That's what happened. I undid something one too many times. Okay. Well, I mean, that's a bit repetitive, but this means it works. Yeah, this means it works. So I think what I want to do after this is add on a variable amount of what's it? Countdown time. Yeah, education costs cuts cost in the long term for everything. Absolutely agree on that one. Yes. Absolutely agree on that one. Okay, so we're going to lower that initial start to like 5, I think. Well, not start, but the reset on that. Where's the reset again? Hope you guys count down. This guy right here. Gonna make that 5. No, not 3. No, good lord, no. 5. Alright, you have a good night. Thank you for stopping by. Appreciate it. Come on. There it goes. Okay. Okay, so that is the absolute... that is the most frequent that these can happen in, right? So I do want to space them out a little bit more. I could probably just, like, do that. For starters, anyway. I'll space them out a bit more. Okay, so I will want to make the pit like double wide. I do know that much. Making progress though. Alright, so I do need to go over here, and that's Pong. Nope, over here with this guy. Destiny Apocalypse? Sure, and I'm going to nuke, well not nuke, but remove this code. Let's comment that out. Open this up again. It is. Revolutionary Girl Utena. That sounds familiar. Should I know that? I feel like I should. I should. Yeah, right. I might have that. I don't know though. No. Like a space opera thing, right? Action, comedy, contemporary fantasy, high school, incest? What? Middle school, new, school life, shoujo, swordplay, thriller, tragedy. Alright, maybe not then. 39 episodes. That's not too bad. Yeah. Oh, I almost hit one of those buttons there. Whoops. Alright, so this is all going to be rewrite. Whoops. Not all that. No, just that one. Rewrite a bunch. Rewrite the map generation routine. It's broken. It's terrible RNG, but the framework is a lot better, I hope. Still need to implement. Actually, where's the this right here? I don't want to soundstage that. That was just for testing in there. I still need to implement double wide obstacles and pitfalls. As well as taking the as well as taking an obstacle cooldown. Yeah. Unfound Live, how you doing? What is my project? I am working on a NES Assembly, NES Infinite Runner game. And I'm running that entirely in 6502 Assembly. As we come back over here and uncomment something that I had commented out. Give me 1 second. If I can remember where it was. This guy. Okay. Reassemble that. Come back over here. Reset that. Okay. Yeah, so this is what I'm working on. So it's a let me bring up the other one as well. Alright. It's a Infinite Runner. So yeah. The pits don't actually do anything yet. I just put those in, so it's just a visual thing. Oh, okay. Well, I died. But yeah, so it's an infinitely generated map based on a level seed that you see at the bottom there. And the longer you stay alive, the more points you get. Yeah, it's rather straightforward. The idea, rather, for the game is straightforward. But the code behind it is anything but. But yeah, so I'm writing this entirely in 6502 Assembly. I've been doing it for about 2 months at this point now. Yeah, because I think my first stream for this specifically was October 2nd. I think. But at any rate, all the VODs for all this are up on YouTube, if you want to have a look at those. Yeah, this is the second project I've done on the NES. The first one was Pong. That one you can find over at GitHub if you're interested. Code and the assembled ROM if you don't want to assemble it yourself. But that one, I'll bring that up real quick. Recent files. Pong. There we go. This one does have sound, but I muted it because I have other stuff playing. But yeah, it's just Pong really. And it has a computer player that, you know, isn't perfect. Like I can score on him. Yeah, that one took a little thinking to figure out how I wanted to do that, but I eventually figured out something that's good enough. Yeah. But I've been having a lot of fun with it. A lot of fun. You know what I need to do? I think I forgot to do the random values again. Let's do that. Reset this. Oh, it does. Okay. It did actually. Not sure why that's all green. I shouldn't be green, I don't think. Tile index 1. Tile index... Oh, it's attribute table stuff. Got it. That doesn't matter. Alright. But, yeah. I don't know. The game over still works. Okay, game over still works. Select for same seed. Good. Actually, I don't think I reset the seed for this. I think I hard-coded in a seed for now. Oh, what? How did that happen? What? Was that like a bug of some sort? Like a visual bug? Oh. I think it's a visual bug, because I don't think... Like this one shouldn't. No, not that one. The one after. Hang on. Like some of those should be able to exist. Yep. Yep. All right. So that's a case of the memory not correctly reflecting what is on screen, or vice versa. This, which is the current map, not reflecting what is actually the map. I can rewrite everything. Oh, it actually... It does have the double obstacle. That actually is in there. How? Like, this shouldn't be possible. I don't think. ID was not used. What file? Why is it doing that? Hang on. Yeah, save that too. Okay. Vim's being a little wonky, I think. There it goes. That's better. Okay. Yes, and then over here, then speed or just E. Pseudocode like that. Yes, do I don't know. This screen. Okay. So I need to fix it to actually write the score when I first start. Okay. Let's have a look at memory tools. Not that one. This one. Yeah, alright. That's 40 bytes or 9. Yeah, so that's... Hey, it does generate 2 of them. Alright. Not sure how, but it does. So those are real. That one shouldn't be possible, though. That one should not be able to be there. 1, 2. That's in the first name table. So here's 1. Blank, blank, obstacle. That's that right there. That should not exist. How does that exist? I know I changed the countdown a little bit. To do on that, yeah. But I mean, it's a hard-coded countdown. So there should be 6, or in that case 5, columns with nothing there, with no obstacle there. Why did that change? Like, those doubles aren't supposed to be possible. Am I loading the right... I don't think I'm loading the right ROM. I was not. That's why. I wasn't loading the right ROM. That'll do it. That'll do it. Come on. Give me the correct ROM, please. Thank you. And let's change that back to 5. Write that. Reload. Go. See, that's better. Now it's a correct ROM. Jeez. Yeah. So again, those pits don't actually do anything. Oops. Like I'll just float over those. I do want to make those double wide, so it makes more visual sense, I guess. Yeah. So let's drop this down to 4. Oh, 4? Add it. 4. Okay. That's still doable. So 3 wouldn't really be doable. Too doable anyway. Maybe after the pits, it might be doable. So what I could do is have it variable depending on the thing it does. So for not generate nothing. So just for this one, I'm gonna do load up 2. No, yeah, we'll default it to 5. But other ones can change it. Okay. Oh, goodness. Wow. Okay. Oh, man, that makes things really hard. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. I mean, I like that idea. I like that. Whoa. My goodness. That makes things difficult, but I think I really like that. Yeah, I think I really like that. Yeah. Okay. So variable depending on number one, which obstacle is generated. Yeah. So I could do like an additional RNG thing right here. So I could start it at 5, right? And then do an additional RNG get at the end of these, and then add a subtract up to 2 or like up to 4, I suppose. Tiles. Or not tiles, but columns. JSR. RNG. No, PRNG. Load up. RNG seed. And that with 1, 2, 3. And that with 3, right? And that with 3. That carry SPC 2. Alright, I'll just. Can I decrement A? Like the current A? Can I decrement the accumulator? Is that a thing I can do? No, it is not, actually. 0 page X, absolute X. Okay. Darn. Carry. Add carry. Yes. Cut down. Okay. So what this does, at least what I think it does, it reruns the RNG stuff, loads up the seed, ends it with 3, so it gets the last 2 bits of that. Then it subtracts decimal 2, so it's either like a plus or minus. It gets it into like a plus or minus thing, right? So it can overflow, or underflow rather, which is fine because we're adding all that to the OBS countdown. So it should put some variation into it, in theory. Let's see if I'm correct. Nothing to make. Oh, I didn't save. Okay, let's see if this doesn't break. Oh dear. Okay, well maybe I need to change some of these values. I think I need to change some of these values, but I mean that didn't really change. It should be like 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so it is changing a bit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Subtract 3. knows? Goodness. That might be a little too much there. Oof. Okay. All right. Well, at least I'm making maps that are I'm generating maps, or at least a little bit more possible. They're less impossible, if that makes any sense. Right? They're less impossible. Still need to do a lot of tweaking, though, I think, with that. And thinking of, like, a better way to do that. Yeah. I don't think I'm satisfied with that yet. I mean, that's not too bad. Oh, I clipped it. That's not too bad. So I'm making progress. I'm making progress. To make this 2 columns. All right. All right. So I need to do something for 2 column things. So let's maybe if I just drop in like there's one. So this is just like another column to draw that needs to be buffered for next time, right? Doesn't need to be generated, but it needs to be buffered. Okay. Generate column. No, we want a bit second meta column. And we're going to be looking at the V flag for the 7th bit. So we'll make this set when there's nothing else to draw. But if it's clear, that means there's something else to draw. We're just gonna go down here somewhere. Buffer second column. This is also going to use the RTS trick. Yank. Put that down there. We're loading up the second meta column. Transfer A to X, load up 0 and A, and store that. No. Load up FF in A and store that into second meta column, like that. Okay. Generate obstacle B. You know what? Let's just do this. Let's just grab one of these for that. And then load up the value for this other one. GMC OBS A. Store that into second meta column. Okay, so if there's another column buffered, it goes and draws that. Otherwise, it does the countdown and everything else. Okay, so now I should start seeing double wides. Spoilers, it broke. I broke it. Yeah, I broke it. Broke it. It doesn't want to do it. It doesn't want to do it. Okay. Okay. You know what? I'll do this. Hang on. Load up X to be FF. Store X into second meta column. Jump to do RNG thing. When did I build Pong? I finished a little more than 2 months ago. How you doing, by the way, Pseudo Kid? Welcome. Yeah, I finished in September, maybe? I think September. Yeah, because I started on this in October. Yeah. Alright, so let's reassemble that and see if it's still broken. It's still broken, but broken differently. Yes, I did write Pong first. Yes. Yep. Because that one was that started off of a tutorial actually. So I had I was following some tutorials, the Nerdy Knights tutorials. These guys. So it goes over like the architecture and a little bit of assembly. So like this is the architecture one, right? It's got a CPU, PPU, and here's how things are connected. Yay! And then it goes over like some assemblies, some background color, some color palettes and sprites, some multiple sprites, radio controllers, backgrounds, subroutines, and whatnot. Yeah, so this last week is subroutines, game layout, and starting Pong. So it ended with like a very... It wasn't Pong. It was just a sprite bouncing around the screen, and that's all it was. So I took it from that and fleshed it out into actual Pong. So yeah, that was a few months ago now. The VODs have since expired, and I didn't start archiving them until this project. So unfortunately, those are gone now. But oh well. But yeah. So why? What? Yeah, let's actually no. We're gonna generate column. Okay, so we're gonna break. Start. Okay, generate a column. Wants to generate a column. Good. Let's bring that up. And let's bring that up. Bit second meta column is never reset, or that's never initialized to anything. So that's problem number one. Yeah, no worries. No worries, Sudo. So good. Okay, so we're gonna do that right over here. Load up. FF. $FF. $sign it. $sign. $sign. FF and store that into... No. Second meta. Column. Like that. Now we're going to reassemble. That's the wrong window. That window. Okay. Now start. Okay, that's the wrong spot. But it's generating a PID. Cool. Bit second meta column. Second meta column is something. Okay. Oh, I'm an idiot. I load up X and store something else. Load X, store A. Excuse me? No, store X, please. Okay. Alright. Let's try that again, shall we? Shall we? Alright. Generate column. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Okay. There were a bunch of things there that didn't draw. What? And a lot of nothing. That's a lot of nothing right there. Okay, so we're gonna hit select so it redraws the same map. Okay. Second meta column. What? No. No, 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 no. That should have been X. She should have been... Nothing was... What? Branch carry clear. Right. Not carry... V. The overflow. The overflow is bit 7. Right? There we go. Okay, so that's 1 now. Why didn't it, like, why didn't it draw the generate obstacle B? Temp adder 7.5 or 8.57D. Okay. A570. Meta column pit. No. Actually? Generate OBSB. Alright. Yeah, I found an error. Part of the error, anyway. Not all of it, but part of it. Not all of it, but part of it. Okay. Okay. I was loading in the wrong meta tiles. I was loading in the pit meta tiles instead of an obstacle meta tiles, or the above ground ones. Alright, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, I think. Okay, I'm waiting for this to be not FF. It's not FF anymore, alright. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Ah. No, it's this right here. Skip RNG bit. Okay. So this, so when it needs to buffer the second column, it jumps down to here, loads up the column we want to buffer, and then it jumps up to here, so it skips the RNG. Which column do we want? Because we already know what column we want. We want the one that's in this variable here. And then we reuse this code right here. Okay. Alright. It's a bit convoluted, but it should, in theory, work. Should. Start. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, now it should start. Well, the OBS countdown's 0 now. So now it should start doing the RNG stuff. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Okay, I got one. Even though it didn't draw a column. It did this time though, yeah. I think I want that, like, turn red again thing. For, when everything dies, when you die. You're supposed to die. Where was that? Press up, stuff, press edit, curtis line. Dead screen. And padding by... Graphics glitch. Right, game over when the fade finishes. Okay, and when I go state. Fix dead state. No. Clear dead fade. No. Make place on text null. Modify collide code to change BG color. This one. Oh, right. Yeah. So that's what that was. 039F. Okay. Check collide. Do die. Okay. We debugging. BVS to redebugging. White spread 0. Okay, so this is I want to do the change color thing. So we're gonna load up 05. Store that into 03NF. Otherwise, we want to load up 0F. Put that there. I had to go over the thanks for stream. Yeah, no problem. Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate it. You have a good night. Hope to see you again. Alright, so, yeah, thanks. Okay, so we debugging now. So that means there shouldn't be any collision now. In theory. It should just go red. Excuse me? Oh, because that's... Res 1. Good lord. Alright, Res 1. That's on there. Oh, whoop, Okay. You know what? Let's actually make this like a key press thing. Why not? Game underscore frame. Let's go there. Let's see. Game is paused. Yeah, game is paused. Game was. Decorate game paused. Wait a minute. Game from the game pause. Game not paused. But this turns it off. Right? No stop, babe. Oh, because that's the toggle. That's the toggle. All right. Okay. So in here, we want to load up button select. JSR to button press player 1. I'm gonna select, which is over here. Otherwise, load up debug, yes. Store that into debugging. Now. That's gonna be a like turn on thing. That's not gonna be something we can turn off. Yeah. For now. For now. Select. So now we debugging should be on. W. We debugging. Add this to watch, please. Add to watch. It is 0. Why is it 0? That should be 1. Can I? Yeah, we debugging. So I think my brain's a little bit shot. Yeah, my brain's a bit shot, I think. So I'm gonna have another bagel. Yeah. So what I wanted to do with that was have collision be toggleable. You'd be able to turn it off. So I could, have a look at the map generation thing. Time of the Feynman method? Refresh my memory. Where's the Feynman method? Because maybe, I don't know. Write down the problem, think real hard, write down the solution. More or less. Yeah. So I'll probably do that off stream, honestly. Yeah. Yeah, I think I need to look at this off stream when my head's a little clearer. So that's what I think I'll do, actually. Yeah. Yeah, so I think I'll cut it a little bit short tonight then. Yeah. Yeah, I think I'll do that. Because I am exhausted today for some reason. I'm not sure why, but hopefully by Thursday I'll be a little bit better. Yeah. So let's see who we can go say hi to anyway. Come on, Twitch. Cooperate. Anyone following that's doing anything interesting?
For me, recently got
Oh,
a kitten.
that is audio on. Okay. All right. Well, let's go. Let's go say hi. Let's go say hi to Pseudo. He like just started his stream. But yeah, so I was a little out of it today. I apologize for that. Hopefully I'll be in better mind on Thursday. Where hopefully I'll finish this up. Well, not finish this up, but like get this into a better spot that I want it to be in. Because I really, really do need to start working on art stuff, art assets for this that I've been pushing off for far too long, I think. So, yeah. I think I'll do that, well, hopefully I'll get to do that on Thursday. We'll see. But yeah, thanks guys for stopping by and saying hi. And I will see you next time.